our brain energizer. Before we get to know some awesome authors from different parts of the world, let's first test your knowledge through this true and false trivia game. You have 5 seconds to answer the following questions. Are you ready? Let's go! The language of the Rome, or Gypsy people, comes from India. The correct answer is true. Romani is an Indo-Aryan language. The Rome, or Gypsy, people migrated from India about 1,000 years ago. English is related to German. True or false? The correct answer is true. German, Hindi, and even English are all part of a great family of languages called Indo-European. They descended from a common ancestor many thousand years ago. The poet W.B. Yeats was from England. The correct answer is false. William Butler Yeats, famed as the poet of Easter 1916 and the Second Coming, was born in Dublin, Ireland, and spent his life in that country. Kenyan author Gr.11 always writes in English. The correct answer is false. Gr.11 has written in English, but he began to write only in his native Kikuyu in the 1990s. His 2004 novel, Wizard of the Crow, was written in Kikuyu and then translated in English. The Sound and the Fury is a sonnet by William Shakespeare. The correct answer is false. The Sound and the Fury is a novel by American writer William Faulkner. Its title is a quote from a monologue in Shakespeare's Macbeth. No South African has won a Nobel Prize in Literature. The correct answer is false. In 1991, the novelist and short story writer Nadine Gordimer became the first South African to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. The Brothers Grimm, authors of fairy tales such as Hansel and Gretel, were from Germany. The correct answer is true. Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm were German academics who collected fairy tales. Among them were Hansel and Gretel and Snow White. So first, let's go to Asia. And now, we're in Malaysia, where the author Pan Tuan Eng was born and lived. He studied law at the University of London and later worked as a lawyer of Kuala Lumpur's most reputable law firms. In 2016, he was an international writer in residence at Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. Pan's first novel, The Gift of Rain, was longlisted for the Man Booker Prize and has been translated into Italian, Spanish, Greek, Romanian, Czech, and Serbian. The Garden of Evening Mists, his second novel, won the Man Asian Literary Prize and Walter Scott Prize, and was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize and International IMPAC Dublin Literary Award. So now, let's go to Pakistan. Musharraf Ali Farooqi is a critically acclaimed Pakistani author, novelist, and translator. His novel, Between Clay and Dust, was shortlisted for the Man Asian Literary Prize 2012 and longlisted for the 2013 DSC Prize for South Asian Literature. Farooqi's second novel, The Story of a Widow, was shortlisted for DSC Prize for South Asian Literature 2011 and longlisted for the 2010 IMPAC Dublin Literary Award. His most recent children's fiction is the novel Tik Tik, The Master of Time, Pakistan's first English language novel for children. His other works for children includes Picture Book, The Cobbler's Holiday or Why Ants Don't Wear Shoes, and the collection of amazing mustaches of Mukandar, the Iron Man, and other stories, which was shortlisted for India Comic Con Award in the Best Publication for Children category. He is also the author of critically acclaimed translations of Urdu classics, The Adventure of Amir Hamza, and the first book of a projected 24-volume magical fantasy epic, Hushruba. And now we're here in India. Thayil is an Indian poet, novelist, lyricist, and musician. He is best known as a poet and is the author of 4 collections. These errors are correct, English, and Gemini, Apocalypso. And his first novel, Narcopolis, was shortlisted for the 2012 Man Booker Prize and the Hindu Literary Prize 2013. And now, let's go to Sri Lanka, where Naomi Munawira was born. Naomi Munawira's debut novel, Island of a Thousand Mirrors, was longlisted for the Man Asia Literary Prize and the Dublin Impact Prize. It won the Commonwealth Regional Prize for Asia and was shortlisted for the Northern California Book Award. Publishers Weekly wrote, Munawira's lyrical debut novel is worthy of shelving alongside her countryman Michael Ondaatje, or her fellow writer of the multi-generational immigrant experience, Jhonpa Lahiri. The New York Times Book Review called the novel incandescent. Naomi's second novel, What Lies Between Us, was released in February 2016 and had received accolades as one of 2016's most anticipated books. And now, let's go to Vietnam, where Kim Thoy was born. Thoy arrived in Canada in 1979 at the age of 10. She has worked as a seamstress, interpreter, lawyer, and a restaurant owner. She currently lives in Montreal, where she devotes herself in writing. Her debut novel, Roux, won the Governor General's Award for French Language Fiction at the 2010 Governor General's Awards. An English edition, translated by Sheila Fishman, was published in 2012. It was shortlisted nominee for the 2012 Scotiabank Killer Prize. Thoy spent her early childhood in Vietnam before fleeing with her parents as boat people and settling in the Montreal suburb of Longueuil. She has degrees in law, linguistics, and translation from the Université de Montréal.